Parivison versus Falcons, a chance for Satanic to play the TI finals on his first appearance. Now I know they lost, but this game went on for 65 minutes solely because of how good Satanic played, despite his team fumbling the early game really badly. In this video, I will break down every single thing Satanic does, and there's a lot to learn from it if you are looking to improve. Alright, so in today's class, we're gonna be looking at Satanic's Juggernaut. Even though he lost, why is it significant to look at this? Is because Parivison was getting rolled in this game. As you can see the graph, they were getting rolled the entire game, and the only reason why this game went to like 65 minutes is because Satanic still had a game. Like if you look at the graph, his entire team was getting cooked, but he was constantly top net worth, you could say. Top 2 at least. In a game where they have no map and the enemy has a lot of map, this is pretty amazing in my opinion. And also the fact that their draft is really bad. They forced this Phoenix pick into Snapfire, and Phoenix really couldn't do anything. In my opinion, Phoenix and Clockwork were like useless in that game. They had no impact whatsoever. But these rest 3 of players, they were like playing. But yeah, so considering that that was the case of the game and Satanic still performed, I'm sure we can learn something from this. Gonna be learning Pango and Snapfire, a lot of magical burst. He opts for the 1 triple branch, and he's eventually gonna get Quelling Blade anyway. Because you wanna buy Fury on this hero. I don't see people buy Mjolnir at all. They always just buy Fury. Mainly for the sustain and the damage. From the cleave, it's a lot. And then eventually they go Butterfly, and that's a lot of attack speed, so they don't really buy Mjolnir. So his build is like fine. He needs a lot of stats in this lane because they have a lot of damage. He doesn't want to get burst. He has tangos in his quick buy. Also very standard. He's gonna get them as soon as he gets Boundary Rune. He got the Boundary Rune, and class already fed. So now this lane is like, it's kind of hard to kill this Pango in lane because Pango has 2 spells that can just like make him run away with Blade Fury, but at the same time it's there's like this root, but at the same time there's like this Snap cookie. Is Snap top? Okay, Snap is top, and then Ench is bottom. Alright. But main thing is that it's like really hard to kill in this lane, so he's just gonna pretty much focus on last hitting. And it's not like, you know, you'll just pick Jug and then you just like kill the enemy and stuff like that. No. It's a pro game. It's really hard to do that. He's just gonna focus on last hitting. This is pretty interesting if you look at it. I see Ammar doing this a lot in every game. He just like plants this banner to distract the enemy, or just like they can't click it or something. But it didn't work this time around. He forced the W out of like, so this is interesting. This good harass. They see that Ench is here. They have information, and this guy can purge off the shield. So he gets the right click on the range creep and then insta spins, get the range creep. Ammar presses W to get away a bit, but then gets rooted, and then the shield is off, which is a decent amount of harass. But nothing too big because he's just gonna get healed from the Ench and of course his own healing. Now Ench has this creep which is like doing a lot of damage. But it's gonna die, I hope. Rest, it's fine. Aggroing backwards, playing a bit defensive. Losing a lot of HP, but it's okay because he's gonna have like healing ward level 2, and he's gonna instantly use it. And also has a bit of stick charges. They're like pressuring, snaking a bit. Are they gonna kill him? I don't think he's gonna die because it's just Enchantress gaming. Yeah, this is what I mean. I guess it's good choice to put Ench bottom over Snapfire because Ench can actually never die. I feel like if Ame was in this lane, he would not put more than 1 point in Blade Fury. He would just like max Blade Dance to farm. But I think Satanic did not do this, and I think it's fine not to do that because you can also farm with Blade Fury once you have Cornucopia. Now he's buying Band of Elvenskin. He got the Tangos and he got the Quelling Blade, and now he's going towards his treads. Didn't buy boots because he understands that even if he does have boots, it does not make a difference. He will not get any kills in this lane because of Blade Fury. Usually you want to go boots first if you feel like you can get a kill in lane. And how do you know whether you can get a kill or not?
It depends on the lane matchup. Usually if your plus 5 is something that has a stun or slow and nuke damage, something like, let's just say Lich, Jakiro, Crystal Maiden, and you also understand that the enemy has literally no mobility, then you can usually get kills. Like for example, if this was, instead of this hero, it was something like Mars, or something like Underlord, or something like a hero who can just like run away from your Blade Fury easily. This guy can just press Swashbuckle and he's out. Enchantress has a lot of heal, so it's really hard to kill them. So there's no point of going for that aggressive playstyle. This is very important to understand as a carry, that how do you want to play the lane. Like in this lane, all you want to focus on is last hitting as much as possible, because it's kind of like a stalemate in terms of lane. If you look at the last hits, Pango and Jug almost the same last hits and denies, which is very standard. He does not go boots at all. It's like gloves and then bandable vent skin. And now he's just like playing to farm, aggroes some of the creeps inside tower. This is a good concept for players who usually feel like, oh, there's like a double wave in my tower and I'm dead. This is how you resolve it. Like if you see right now, it's like 2v2, yes, but now this creep is dead, and this creep is also going to die, which is gonna leave double range creep on dire side. Double range creep means this wave is gonna push into him. So what he's trying to do here is that he's trying to get some of the creeps killed by aggroing inside tower. You don't want to aggro inside tower all the time because it pushes the lane, but in this scenario you can do that because there's a lot of creeps. And you're going to see him aggro some of the creeps again inside tower. So to make sure that he doesn't get pressured in tower. If he didn't do anything, this whole wave would push into him and they could pressure him. But right now he's losing 0 HP. He's losing 0 HP and he got all the last hits because he aggroed in time. Okay, they pulled large. He's going to go for the large camp. He got the centaur, so it's not gonna get denied. The wave's not gonna get denied. Completely playing for CS. If something interesting happens again, aggro in tower because big ass wave, he's gonna do it again. And also he doesn't want oh my god. Oh my god. What the fuck? Oh, he has like 80 damage. He got like 3 denies there. That's insane. This creep has like no attack speed whatsoever. It's pretty insane that he got 3 denies there. Just snaking things, I guess. So he's holding 2 points because he's also like, do I need the points in Blade Fury here, or do I need to hold for healing ward, or can I go Blade Dance? You know, there's like a lot of possibilities there. Aggroing inside tower because he just wants to last it. At this point, he's fine to just push the lane, and he's just chilling. He's not really scared of the Sand King rotation because Sand King doesn't rotate before Blink. If he does, it's not going to be a surprise. If it's not a surprise, they can dodge it easily. So he's not too worried about getting killed there because he's Jug. Okay, waves pushing in. It's standard. He pushes the lane in, pushes it out, and now you see Ammar pressuring him. Ammar has level 6, Jug does not. No healing ward. So it's hard. He has to evade him. He cannot pressure him either because of the mobility spells. And Courier died. Courier had Cornucopia, so that's unfortunate. And now he's just waiting for the wave under tower. He's gonna farm it. He's gonna stay here until they boot him out. How do they boot him out? They either kill him or they just like bring a number of heroes mid. Right now, there's like a lot of heroes on mid lane. Enchantress is also mid lane. They're trying to pressure this mid tower. And they forced a couple of heroes mid as well. 9 class has TP. Phoenix has TP. Oracle does not have TP, which means that since Oracle does not have TP, he cannot help Jug bottom. So this might be an opening where Dire might just say, okay, fuck this mid tower, let's just go bot lane. Okay, they are doing that. So this guy cannot kill anyone. I mean, he doesn't have a surprise factor, so it's really hard to drive this Sand King right now. So his rotation doesn't really matter that much in terms of like kills. But just moving here, it's like then Jug just has to leave. Otherwise, he's just gonna feed to the Sand King, which is what's happening. Like Sand King just shows here. He doesn't really want to be like, oh, I'm gonna kill you, surprise factor. No, he's just like taking this wave, and he's just making sure they get this tower. And now Satanic can't really do anything about this. He has to just let this tower die. So the tower potential, the tower push that Falcons have right now, they're just gonna abuse it, and they're just gonna take over the map. This is where things are like gonna look really bad for Parivison, because 9 class is on a hero that can do the stuff that he was doing with Monkey King or like Slark, you know. He's just like kind of useless. I would say they just like exposed him in this series, which is why they also lost the next series against XZ, where they made a 9 class useless again. So 9 class, outside of these mobility heroes, like, you know, unconventional picks like Monkey King, Slark, Alk, he doesn't really know what to do. I'm not saying he's a bad player. It's just like he played that style the entire tournament, and suddenly he has to play like a normal hero. It's not normal. And also, of course, he's playing versus Snapfire in lane who can just really easily get rid of the cogs. So he's kind of like, I don't know. He can't really do much. So they just have to give up this tower. They just give up this tower. Satanic just goes back. Does not try to contest it. Doesn't really do anything about it. He's just like farming. He put 2 points in Healing Ward so that he can jungle. I think the reason why he had to put 2 points in Healing Ward is because his Cornucopia died. If it didn't die, maybe he just puts 1 point in Blade Dance. He's also skipping his ult because he does not plan on using it at all, which will come to bite him in the ass later on. You will see. Because I remember vaguely that there was a moment here where Ammar was on his face alone and he couldn't he couldn't Omni him because he didn't have it. Right now he's just chilling. He's just gonna wait for the wave to push into him, because after tower that's usually happens unless the enemy is smart and they pull. But is he gonna pull? If Ammar pulls, yes, this is really crucial. So if you're like an offlane player, this is insanely good. Why is this insanely good? So usually when the tower dies, it's sometimes good for the enemy. Like for example, if you're Pango and you took this tower and Jug wasn't really getting anything, he's happy because now the waves are going to push into him and he can safely farm them here. It's really hard to gank them here. Similarly, if you're like the Jug and you took the Pango's tower here and Pango's not having a good game, the waves push into him and the waves are not going to come back to you because they're going to hold the wave. Offlaners really don't want to like push in the wave and like farm side camps like carries do, and you're going to like suffer for it. But what good players do is that they just keep pulling the large camp. So this is like a stack, and Ammar is going to keep pulling it as much as he can. If he does this a lot, it can really like mess with Satanic's farm. And if you're the carry, you should probably do the same thing if you take this tower. Otherwise, just don't take this tower is my idea. So as you can see, he's just like pushing this. He's just going to stack both waves and then press both his buttons and push it in. Meanwhile, what's happening to that wave here? He didn't pull the next one, which in my opinion, I think is a mistake. I think he could have denied another wave for Satanic, and that would have been really good. And if he does that, that would be insane. And then Satanic just loses 2 waves, which is a really, really big deal. But now the wave's gonna push into Satanic. He's just gonna farm. He's just gonna farm camp with Blade Fury, and now he's just like pushing the wave. I feel like Ammar's like, okay, let him have that wave. Who gives a shit? Now I'm just gonna push. So he has Diffusal, so he's going to move towards mid or something. But we're here to watch Satanic, so this is standard gameplay. Once your tower dies, you just kind of like farm safely around this tower until they boot you out. Like, so you notice that even though there's a wave here, he's not going there. Why is he not going there? Because he has no information on the map. It's like, where the fuck is Pango? Right? He doesn't know that. Where the fuck is Sand King? Where is Gyro? He has no information whatsoever, so he's not going for this wave. He's just like chilling here, and then when he sees Pango on mid, he goes for the wave instantly. He's probably gonna farm the next wave as well. And Pango is still on mid, right? So this is like information for Satanic, because you have to understand that the enemy can only pressure one side at a time. They cannot pressure like you and the other side at the same time. If they pressure you here, you just go top. And if they don't pressure you here, you just chill here. You wait for moments. So essentially, there's going to be a lot of questions that, oh, they're not pressuring him. That's why he can just like freely farm here. But this is like kind of like reading the map a bit. And then he does die eventually to the Sand King link. That's interesting, actually. So they're showing Pango here. And so he does not know about Sand King blink. I can't really like blame him here. He can't really expect it. Also, like, Pango's not smoked. So it's like he can't really do much here. It's just like a blink reveal. Someone has to die for that blink reveal. And now that he's dead, he knows the blink is here. He sees a lot of shit going on here. And he sees a lot of your stops. So he instantly TPs here. He just wants to farm his Fury. Even though the tower died, the game's looking a bit grim. You know, 5,000 lead at 13 minutes. Both tier 1 towers dead. Top tier 1 still alive. Well and alive. It's really hard to play the game as a carry in such circumstances. So he's just like kind of doing, he's kind of like basically farming with whatever he has. Like, he's not going to go forward here because again, there's like a blink factor, and until he sees Sand King on the map, which he sees now, but he's just going towards mid. As soon as he sees Sand King, he can play lanes. But when Sand King is missing, he has to be careful. So since Sand King postured here, it was like pretty obvious the enemy is going to come here. So they're just going to sack this Oracle who was leeching XP, and then Satanic just like moves from this part to this part. Notice how like a few minutes ago, I said that if they're like, they can only pressure one place at a time, they cannot pressure all 3 lanes. So when they were pressuring top, he was taking advantage of that and like farming here. And now suddenly when he read that they're going to pressure this side of the map because of this ward here, if this ward doesn't exist, Satanic might have died here because they saw Sand King. Once they saw Sand King, Satanic goes back. He knows that they're coming here. He just like switches side, and now he's gonna farm here. He has battle fury, so he's just chilling. He's gonna stack it. They're still again missing from the map, so he has to be a bit careful here. Okay, now Sand King showed, so he's fine. The only way they kill him is if Sand King gets burrow on him before he can press Blade Fury. So he's level 10, no talent, no points in Omni Slash. He maxed this so that he can farm. And DM is giving him waves with this dominated creep. This is not going to happen in your pubs. So, I mean, a lot of what's happening in this game is not going to happen in your pubs. So, do what you may with that information. So now, they're like, this is the moment. They see Enchantress pushing bot lane. Ammar rolls on Juggernaut, but he's not going to take any damage here. He's just fine. Now, at this point here, okay, at this point here, Ammar has fucked up a bit. He does not have shield. He does not have his shield crash here. So if Satanic had his ult here, he could kill this guy. I mean, he probably doesn't die full because of the Omni, but with like Clockwork Hook and no one, he would die. Like in this situation here, he should have died. But he's gonna live, and Satanic has to run away while his team is like taking this fight. Why does he live? Simply because we don't have Omni Slash. So the lesson here is you should skill your Omni Slash, even though he's like a really good player. It's just like a mistake. You see, look at his fucking HP, man. This would have been a really good kill, and then no one doesn't have to die for this. But it is what it is. Okay, now that they're all top side, he's just gonna go bottom. Then he sees them mid, he's gonna go top. He doesn't really know where to go at this point. He just like mimics what they're doing. If they're bottom, he goes top. If they're top, he goes bottom. He's just gonna like dodge them as much as he can because they're simply super weak to play against them. Why are they weak? You can see the net worth difference. Like, they have a lot of items, they have Diffusal, while our heroes are kind of like shit. DM can actually never press his egg properly because of the Snapfire maxing his E. So in general, it's just like Jug cannot fight right now because he only has Battle Fury, so he just has to buy time for himself. Now that he sees Pango bottom, Ench mid, he doesn't see Sand King, or maybe he did see him slightly earlier when I was talking. So, like, he sees Sand King here on this vision, I guess. But he's not pushing deeper in. He just, like, comes back. And another thing that you will notice here is that this Oracle is playing next to him. Because Oracle has literally nothing else to do in this game. And the other thing is that this is their win condition. This Jug is their win condition. So Oracle has to be there for him and just, like, you know, save him. If they go on him. So that will allow Satanic to play aggressively on the map if required. So this is what I mean. This is not going to happen in your pubs. This does not happen in my like 10, 11k average. So no way it's going to happen in lower MR pubs. So they got like a 9 class on bottom side, which gives this guy information that, okay, no man on Sand King. He is also showing bottom, which means I can play aggressively top. And also I have Oracle next to me. So he's just going to go deeper here. So while a lot of people are probably going to say that this is just like, he's just AFK farming. Right? But the thing is, like, you guys probably cannot replicate what he's doing. It seems pretty simple, but it's just basically there's like 2 things involved here. One is understanding kill threat, and the other is reading the map. So 1, you need to understand how exactly you will die. 2, you need to not let that happen. So in this case, like if I'm playing Jug, I'm like, okay, how the fuck does Jug die? Okay, Jug will die if he can't press spin. In this game, especially until this guy gets a basher, they can't really kill him if he Blade Fury TPs out. So they need a surprise factor. Who is the surprise factor in the enemy team? Not Enchantress, not Gyro, not Pango until he gets Blink, not Snapfire, and then there's like this guy. So if he gets like surprise stun before he can press Blade Fury, they can chain stun and just like burst him. So the only thing that he really cares about up until now was the Sand King Blink. Now he also has to be careful about the Pango. So as long as he has that information, he can play the map a bit freely. That is just like something that you can do on certain heroes. So now that they're all top again, they got no one. They just instantly get bot. They're just like dodging them on the map because that's literally what they have to do. They can't really do anything else. They cannot fight their way back into this game because they're simply weaker. If you're weak and you fight the enemy, unless they give you a chance, it's not good. Like, for example, they did give them a chance here. When Pango went in too deep, if we had Omni Slash there, it could have been good. But right now, there's like no opening, and we don't want to rely on that opening. We just want to like dodge the enemy, do stuff. And also, another reason why they're bot lane is because at 20 minutes, every pro team wants to take the Tormentor, and they can't really contest it. So it's obvious that they're going to play top, which gives Satanic room to just like play mid and bottom. Okay, now he's pressuring this side. Why is he pressuring this? Because Wisdom Rune about to spawn, and they're probably playing all for Wisdom Rune, as you can see. Objectives are really important in these high MMR games. He like pressures the tower a bit and gets out immediately. He did not even have Oracle behind him, and he still pressured that tower. Simply because he knew that, okay, they're going to play for the rune. If they don't, then they're just going to feed there. So have to do that. Now that he sees Anch bottom, they're chasing Storm. He gets information. He uses that information, just like farms triangle. So you will notice that only Jug is just getting a lot of farm. Now they're taking Roche. They can't contest Roche either, so they're just gonna like push out top lane. They're gonna push out mid lane. You know, use the map while they go Roche. You're probably gonna see this lead even decrease, or maybe not. Why not? Because they're also smart on Falcons. It's like, okay, they're not gonna contest this Roche. I'm gonna go push bot lane. I'm gonna go push top lane so that they don't get the map while we're taking Roche. We don't really have to put a lot of heroes here, so that's pretty good.
Before we go further, if you want my help in improving your mindset or gameplay, I offer coaching services that can help you as they have for other students. I have a package called the Immortal Package that offers unlimited coaching till you reach the Immortal rank. For the next 48 hours, I'm opening one slot at a discounted rate. If you're interested, check out my website at pindota.com or join my Discord linked in the description. Apart from that, if you want to be a part of Smurf lobbies and gain access to a lot of similar content like this video and get your replays reviewed, check out Dota Academy.
Most teams would just like put 5 heroes here, while the other team just like gets the entire map in exchange for the Tormentor or exchange for the Roche. For Tormentor, you definitely need to put heroes. Now that he sees everyone mid, he sees that, okay, they're taking mid tower, we have fortification, we can buy some time. Pango is here, so I'm just gonna gate and like farm backwards here. Ancients and all of this jungle. He sees them moving towards here, so he probably has to... Are they gonna fight? No, he's just gonna smoke and get out. Or not. Okay, they're waiting. They see Pango top, which means Pango cannot join this fight. Does Pango have TP? He has TP. So let's see what happens here. They're just waiting for them to come here so that Omni lands. And... it's bad, so they just want to get out now. It's really bad because Pango probably TP'd already. Yep, he has TP'd. They're just gonna sack heroes who they can. Okay, this was very good from no one, by the way. I think. Does he cut the wave here? I don't think he does. But basically, he shows here, dodges the stun, and they're all like, "Oh, chase the storm," and that gives enough room for Parivison to get out. Now Satanic's probably gonna posture towards the top lane. So he's waiting for his butterfly, that's his timer, and also for the enemy to fuck up. This butterfly alone is not enough. Now they're coming high ground, and what does Satanic do in this case? He pushes in mid and stays here. Because, why does he stay here? Also something that will probably not happen in your pubs, and you need specific conditions for this to work. The only reason why this works is because there's a save behind him. So right now, none of these other heroes can do what he's doing, right? Because Clog doesn't want to show, Phoenix does not want to show, Storm does not want to show. The only hero who can show is Jug, so he can stay in front here. He has Oracle behind him. Worst case scenario, Oracle just saves him, like this, quite literally. And now he has to chill, go back. Now they don't have Oracle also, he can't do that again reliably. So he has to be a bit careful, as you can see here. And they have to wait. They have to wait for them to fuck up. DM goes in. Skeeter is really low. 9 class is fine. They baited out some stuff from the enemy. They're probably going to go back. Knowing it's Falcons, they're just going to fuck off now. Because they just like messed up their spells. And it's probably why they want TI, because they play really safe. They do not give the enemy an ounce of advantage. So now that they go back, he farms top. He's just waiting for his... Okay, never mind. He's waiting for his fly, but it's not that important if the enemy is giving openings. The opening right now here is Sand King illusion is showing top. Wait, do they know it's an illusion? Okay, they do know it's illusion, but they're like, okay, we can probably fight here. What do they have which is giving them information? They're going here. I don't know what information they want to go off of, but they probably have some information that we're missing here. Otherwise, this doesn't work. Let's just go back. Okay, they messed up their spells here on Falcons, so they have to go back. They go back, and Sand King did not has Illusion Rune. And what do they see? Okay, they see them going here towards this side. Does anyone push in top lane? I feel like someone's gonna push top lane. That's the information. Yep, Gyro TP top. They can see that. That's the opening that if someone's here, we should take this fight. This hero with Aegis is not here, so instantly smoke and go bottom. They had information. Otherwise, I don't think they would ever do this. This is information, and now they have to yeet. He just ults Ammar, and Ammar dies. Very nice. This is where the comeback starts to happen. So, a misplay from Falcons. If they TP'd one here top, they just fucking go away. But it is what it is. They get a kill on Ducalis, and now Satanic is going back to farm again. Dodge the enemy. Gyro top. 2 heroes dead. So he can, I think, even farm here because of the ward. He's not really scared. Also using bodies, like using 9 class. 9 class, if you see him posturing here, it's like, okay, if they want to kill Jug, they have to go through me. And if this guy dies, Jug just gets away. A lot of this not gonna happen in your pubs. So you have to kind of like make do with it. But at the same time, you have to understand that in your pubs, the enemy is really obvious with their movements. They literally stack up as 5 and they do not control the map at all. If you're looking at the map a lot and you're reading the map a lot, you will see a pattern of that. Okay, they're just like fucking pushing lanes as 5. There's no, there's no Malrine in the enemy team who's just like smart enough to, like not 5 man. Like they're never 5 man that much. Like you see they're controlling 2 lanes there, like Malrine's here, but the rest of them are here. In your games, they're gonna be 5 man in 1 lane, not 2 lanes. So you cannot play 3 lanes in Dota, but you can very easily play 2 lanes if you're ahead. And sometimes you can't even play 3 lanes. But in your pubs, even when they're ahead, they just like play 1 lane, not 5 lanes. So take advantage of that. This is where a hero like Anti-Mage really thrives. So they see Pango top, right? And which gives Satanic room to like go here. But even then, Oracle is behind him. Why is he behind him? Because they don't really need Pango to kill him. He can still die. They scan him here. They're going on him here. He gets a really good spin. He's running backwards. Okay, so he does not TP out because of this Skull Basher. Otherwise, he would have TP'd out by now. So he's just like running away. And they need to save him. Is he just dead? He might live. Oracle, because of Oracle. Okay, that's a good ult. That's a really good ult. He gets a bit unlucky here. But either way, he lives, which is good. And now he has to be a bit careful. Are they going to go back in? They might. There's no... Oh, that's a really good hookshot. So there's no Aegis on Gyro. He has Satanic and BKB. Malrine does not have ult, does not have BKB, does not have Ghost Scepter, does not have Burrow. So he's probably going to die here. Pango's dead here. And... Okay, never mind. They're just too scared of the Gyro. And Storm does not have mana. Just thinking, maybe it was a wrong decision. Let's see, actually. So, Satanic gets out here. They still have Egg, right? They have Egg. And there's a good stun here. No one's getting... No one has greater healing Lotus. I feel like they can't commit here. They can commit and get out, possibly. And he also wasted Lil Shredder here. If Jug man fights here and Storm joins from this side, he is trying to do that, but they just go back. I feel like that's not the correct play in my opinion, because Sand King doesn't have anything. Sand King would just die here to Jug. And then Storm comes in. Snapfire already used Lil Shredder, which means they can press Egg. Egg would probably still die because of the Gyro, but I think they can get more out of this. But I guess they're just trying to play super safe, no risk. That's just European Dota these days. Okay, he's just farming now. And now he's going for Ags. This is important. Without this item, it's really hard to play this hero. This hero is already super, super bad. And with this item, it's somewhat playable. Why is this important? This item important? I'm sure a lot of you guys watched. Most of you watched TIA and you saw what happened to Ami yesterday. And most of you might have even watched this game. So what happens is this Omni Slash is really easy to counter. You can buy something like Yules, you can buy Ghost Scepter, you can buy Shadow Blade, anything that just like can just like make you go away from this. So there's like this fucking neutral item in the game, tier 4, Outward Staff. You press this once and the Omni is just gone. It doesn't exist anymore. That's how broken of an item it is versus Jug. It's not that broken of an item versus other heroes. It's just actually very underwhelming. But versus Jug, it's super broken for some, and you know why it is. So you kind of have to use the Outworld. You kind of have to use the Swift Flash first to bait out the Outworld Staff. And if that does happen, then you can actually cast Omni Slash. But there's like a lot of problems in this game. They don't really have anything to purge off the Ghost Scepter. And as you can see, this guy already has a Ghost Scepter. Ammar has queued a Ghost Scepter. And the funny thing about Ghost Scepter is that it works on debuff immunity. Like you can press roll and then you can just press Ghost Scepter. You can press BKB and then you can press Ghost Scepter. So it's like the only guy he can actually maybe Omni Slash here is the Gyro. And they can actually bail him out with Glimmers and Force Staffs as well. So this Ags is giga important because Jug is too honest of a hero. He cannot man fight literally anything. This hero in general has really low HP. As you can see, he only has 2000 HP at 31 minutes. Even though he has decent amount of stat items there. He has Ags and Manta Stealth. It's just like, and he's taking stats. It's like, this HP is garbage compared to this guy with 3.3k. Like, it's just really bad. So, if he man fights, this hero doesn't like to buy BKB, right? So, if he man fights, he doesn't have BKB, he just dies to like random spells. So the gameplay is simply Omni Slash and Swift Slash and Healing Ward. So if you only have Omni Slash and you don't have Swift Slash, you're going to suffer for it. And that's exactly what happened to ammar yesterday. He did not buy the Aghanims and he suffered for it. Now they're taking a fight. They got Arcane Rune on no one. And they don't have Aegis, so this might be good. This could be good. Egg is like bad. They get the Omni on the Gyro, and then guess what happens, guys? Never mind, it's just Swift Flash. Never mind, nothing happened. Now after the Swift Flash, this is why this is like such a stupid spell. It's just like, now what? You just have to run away, or you just die? Nope, you just have to run away. Okay, nice. Skeeter died, but Satanic is also just that. This is the problem with this hero. You just do two things and then you just kind of become a creep if nothing happens with this. Although there's a lot of things that went incorrectly in this fight. So this fight is very simple, okay? So at this point here, if DM presses his egg here, if he presses egg here, they have two options. They have to either run away, which they can't because there's a storm with dust, or they have to hit the egg. If they hit the egg, this guy gets a really, really good Omni Slash off. And when that happens, they will lose the fight. But what happens is DM takes a full round, and because of that, Oracle has to feed. The egg is completely fucking useless. The map is just like divided. So this fight is like the hero's ass, of course. But also there's like a lot of problems. But the good part about TI and all of these games was that you can see that how hopeless this game looked in the early phases, but still playable. Like Gyro died, and this fight should have been much better if the egg is like a bit better. But yeah, none of this would have been possible if Satanic didn't have any net worth. The only reason he has net worth is because he's playing the map really well and he's doing what he can from the situation. I feel like if spoiler alert, he does lose this game, but I feel like if he had like a better hero, he probably would have won. And also he does fuck up one time, and you'll see how. Actually, two times. The one time he was here when he didn't have Omni Slash. The other will be like super late game. Okay, now he's just like farming again, which is standard because they have fucking edges, so now you don't want to fight into them. Unless they give you an opening, like how they did here when Gyro had to TP back. If nothing like that happens, you're just going to see them farm. Do nothing else. Just kite the map. They don't really have that many stuns apart from SK. And they're not playing together. He's only farming in his vision. They're going to wait. If they walk up, they will fight, but obviously, Falcons is good. They scan them and they just go back. And now they're just going to keep farming, buy time for themselves. This Aegis is 2 minutes. They're pushing this tower. And Satanic's here. He's going to Swift Flash him. Does not die. And now they have to get out. They're going to lose this vision, so they just have to go back. Satanic's probably going to go bottom lane, push this, and then just go bot side. Nope. Still here. Okay, he's going from behind. He's trying to get like a good Omni Slash, but he doesn't. He can't really get an opening. Why? Because Pike, Go Scepter, Go Scepter, Go. It's like his Omni's not gonna do anything. Like 3 heroes he cannot Omni. 4 heroes actually. So like, what do you do in this situation? And your hero can't really man fight the enemy either. So what is the plan, right? That's where this replay becomes interesting. Now same thing, same concept as here. You can just like put this hero front as long as Oracle is alive. He also has a Blink Dagger, so it's impossible for him to not land his ult on this Jug. And getting what he can. Okay, Swift Slash now has to get out. This is why Swift Slash is good. Because in order for you to bait out this Ghost Scepter here or their spells, if you press Omni, you're just cooked. It's too big of a cooldown. So you need like Swift Slash to do this. This is something Ame didn't do, which is why it's like he got punished for it. And his hero just became too easy to counter. And this hero is too easy to counter. Okay, in terms of like talents, he's going for the Healing Ward talents because the other ones are like kind of useless. You don't really need the Blade Fury DPS because who the fucks want to do damage with Blade Fury at this point of the game? And he got the movement speed just to run away. This spell is only to run away, only to disengage, not to engage or not to be aggressive, because if you're aggressive with this, you will feed right after. And the duelist damage is also pretty useless because once you get hit... Oh, never mind. Actually, like it's like, because Jug does not man fight. He does not man fight anything. So, Healing Ward is good in both cases. Now he's gonna get stunned, but at the same time, like they're just like kind of watching them. He's just gonna clear the wave and wait for an opening. Swift Slash. Oh, here it is, guys. Okay, Malrine gets a good initiation on 9 class. Okay, so this is like... This is kind of smart from Malrine and from PV as well. So they want to basically kill this guy, but they can't kill him because of this Oracle ult. So they want to somehow bait it out so that this guy is unable to do this so they can get 2 Raxes. So what they do here is that Malrine is like, okay, I'm just going to fucking go in and I'm just going to kill this support. If they want to keep this support alive, they have to use Oracle ult. And if they do that, then this Jug cannot do what he's doing and then we get 2 Raxes for free. And they don't do that. He's very patient. He knows that eyes on the prize, need to save the Jug. And now that they're like deep in, they have used their stuff. What do they have? They pretty much have everything. They have Ghost Scepter still, so he cannot really Omni Slash here. They're just like poking them. As you can see here, he's waiting for his Blade Fury. 2 seconds. Nope. Just go and do this. But the good thing is that they don't get a lot from this Clockwork kill. You see, like they know that, okay, this is like a waste of fucking time. And now, as you can see, no one is making use of this space. He's just like pushing top. And they're going back. They don't have Aegis anymore. So now, Juggernaut. So at this point, I was thinking when I was watching this game, maybe Jug needs Nullifier to play this game. Why does Jug need Nullifier? So if he has Nullifier, he can actually maybe kill these guys. But at the same time, there's like one issue. This works on debuff immunity, but Nullifier does not, so it cannot be purged off. So he's probably thinking at this moment, he's like, okay, so if Nullifier is not that value, what can I get? So he's opting for the Scotty here. And I was just thinking maybe Scotty might not be that good, but the idea of Scotty is so that he doesn't get like bursted really easily. That's like the main point. And also it's good versus... It's also decently good versus Satanic, but that's not the point here. I think he's mainly buying it for the stats so that he can stay alive. And so that he can possibly man fight if he gets a chance. It's actually crazy. Even with Scotty, he only has like 3.4k HP. At like level 23. So this is decent. They're going to press Swift Flash on him. And then... That's the thing, right? He presses Swift Flash and Skeeter instantly presses Outwell Staff. Now that Skeeter has done this and this thing is on cooldown... For 30 seconds, this is an opening. So Skeeter is kind of fucking up here. He's not supposed to do this. He thinks that he already pressed Omni, but he didn't. So now this thing is on cooldown, so they can like kind of fight. And they're just chilling here. Oh, you see they start. Malrine is a fucking boss. Okay, they initiate really well here. Okay, so the only way Satanic dies here is if Oracle cannot help him, right? So what they do here is... Malrine is charging his ult. And he's gonna stun through this guy, not focusing him. He's just gonna stun him. Blade Fury is on cooldown, that's why they're going. Because Satanic already used Blade Fury. And there he's going backwards so that Oracle cannot blink in. He's zoning him out. You see the Oracle? And then what does Ammar do? Same thing. Go on Oracle. And now Oracle is forced to press ult on himself. So I guess Satanic is dead. But guess what? He's not going to die here. Why doesn't he die? This fucking item. It saved him. It made a difference. Just when I thought it wouldn't, it actually made such a big difference. And now they don't have spells. The college didn't die. They get the decent egg off. And they also get a good Omni Slash. Why is it a good Omni Slash this time around? No Outwall Staff. No Force Staff. So, this guy might have just actually died. Unless there's like a glimmer. There is a glimmer. So let's see what happens. So there's like an Omni Slash here. This guy also has Outwall Staff. And they're just like tanking it together, but they don't understand that you're not supposed to tank it together. And then we have this jump. Satanic's still alive. He's making it. Okay. I mean, it's not super good, but it's not bad at least. There's hope. He didn't die. As long as if he dies here, the game's over, right? No buyback. And it's good not to save buyback in this case because the game's like completely cooked. If you're waiting for buybacks, like if you're using your net worth for buyback, that means that you're always just going to lose that fight. You're basically just gonna die either way. Like if he does not buy the Scotty here and he saves buyback, he would be dead. And if he dies, he just wastes his buyback. Since he bought his Scotty, he doesn't have to buy back. So sometimes it's good not to hold buyback. It's good to buy item. If the item makes you unkillable, then you don't need to buy back, right? Pretty simple. Now that Aegis is gone, they can play the map a bit aggressively. Satanic's looking for more items. He's going for the MKB next. Why MKB? There's a butterfly on Gyro, which probably saved him last fight. And now Jug is just farming again. Now the next fight is going to be around next Rosh again. Rosh or Torm. I think Torm isn't that big of a deal anymore at this point of the game. So it's probably going to be Rosh. They're just like farming again. They got Tormentor on Skeeter. Completely useless. Doesn't do much. Now they're pushing. And he's pushing with his illusions. Deeper in. He has no information right now, but they're playing together. Oracle is just always on his ass to save him. Okay, they check Rosh. Rosh is up. Are they showing top? Do they not plan on fighting for Rosh? I think if he shows top, he's just like, we're sacking Rosh. This is the message that he's sending to Falcons, that we're not going to fight for Rosh. And does Falcon just go in Rosh right now? Yep, they instantly just go in Rosh. Because Parivison just gave them information that, oh, brothers, we're not going to fight you at Rosh. Might be the right decision, actually. Who knows? You gotta do what you gotta do with the cards that you have. This game is still playable because Jug has a game. And also, I think they're waiting for Ags on Storm Spirit. This blue hole plus Jug ult could really make this game playable. Like, they can actually win this game. It's possible to win this game. Okay, they smoke in. Why is Nan class so forward? Do they want to make a play here? He force-staffed him in. And he cogs him, and they're just going on him here. Swift Slash into Blade Fury instantly. Okay, they already used Outwall Staff. They got 9 class, but he has buyback. What did they force? That's the thing with this play. They forced Pangold, they forced Epicenter, they forced Satanic, they forced Outwall Staff. In this situation, forcing Outwall Staff is really big. So only one staff forced. And the rest, there's fine. Like, no one really died on Radiant, which is a good sign. So Malorine is out of position here. So no Omni Slash still, because he knows. But after this, Black King Bar, maybe he can. So chilling here. Egg used. Didn't do anything on Egg, but that's the only way you can use it. Now they have more time to play. This is classic Falcons. We use our spells, go back. We still have Ages. No need to waste Ages. Go back, farm, come back when we have our spells again. So in the meantime, Satanic gets more space to play. Push out top lane, push out mid lane instantly, then go back to bottom, which is where they want to like take. So top mid racks is gone. Bottom racks is the only one they can take because this is not available. What they're trying to do here on Dire is that they understand that Radiant is not saving buybacks on cores because there's no point of saving buybacks. They need all the network that they have to fight because it's already a 27k lead on the enemy. If you save buybacks, then it's just like even worse. So they understand that if they win a fight here, they can just end the game. So they don't really need to go top and take this area. So, and that's why they're just like constantly forcing this side. Okay, now they're gonna try to do it again with Aegis. Satanic is chilling. Oh my god. I'm confused there. Okay, so here Storm. Okay, Storm has Parivison as well. He's pretty fat, actually. No one's getting fat. Okay, they pull him and then they just right-click him to that, which is nice. First life gone. Now they can actually fuck him up. But then instantly Malrine tried to do the same thing, but this time around Ducalis has a proper position. He learned from before. So now this epicenter is useless. Egg is actually gonna go off, but I think Egg's just gonna fucking die because of Lil Shredder. But at the same time, I think this will give them an opening to fight. Okay, Epi used. Oh my god, my DM is stunned. Oh my god, is he dead? He got bashed? Okay, he presses Egg. BKB used on Sand King. BKB used on Skeeter. Very nice hook shot. He pressed oh, he has Refresher on Mallory, so it doesn't even matter. Okay. Swift Slash. Ghost Scepter baited, which means Sand King doesn't have Ghost Scepter anymore. Which means that if Satanic uses Omni Slash here, it could be really nice. Okay. It's on Gyro. I mean, Sand King is out. Oh my god. Okay, so the same way Omni Slash can just like fuck you over, sometimes it can actually be good. Like Mallory is not supposed to die here, I think. And he just died. And then Egg is gonna explode. Did he have Refresher? Oh, he did have Refresher. Oh, there's the stuff. There's the Storm. And now the game's on. They're through. Let's see the fight again. I'm just thinking that how did the Sand King die? Exactly. So he gets like an Omni here. He has Ethereal. Ethereal's gone. Oh, he doesn't have Outwall Staff. That's why he died. So he got unlucky a bit. But everyone else has Outwall Staff. Yeah. Snaking pressed it too early. Pango doesn't have it either. It's a very good Storm Vortex. And then they die. Okay, nice. No Megas. They threw. Probably gonna be like a 10k swing. Easy. He's synthing his Ags now. And then after that, what does he buy? He goes for Refresher, which I like. I don't think it's bad. But the fact that he's able to like use his spells and make this hero useful versus like Outwall Staff, you know, Ghost Scepters, Refreshers, is just, it's pretty good, I would say. I feel like other players cannot do what he's doing here. So he's just waiting here. Oh. Ammar, no Basher, so he's out. If he had Basher, Ammar could have died. But I think he needs all of these items. He cannot just go Basher. Okay, now they have the map. So the next Roche, they will probably try to contest. Okay, 16k lead. That's like probably 15k swing right there. Now he's gonna get Ags. Now he has to save buyback actually, because now the game actually can be won. And he's super strong. Like he's top net worth now. Oracle's behind him again, same thing. Wait for the next objective. Until then, just keep farming. What is the next objective? Roche. If the enemy makes a move, Oracle is right next to the Jug, so worst case scenario, Jug just lives and they just like sack Oracle, so it's fine. They can play the map like this. Okay, they see Sand King, they have vision, they're taking the outpost. Why are they taking the outpost? Roche is gonna be top. And it's advantageous for Dire because they can buy back and TP on this outpost, while Radiant cannot do that. They don't even have a tier 2. So this may have been a mistake from Parivison. Let's see. I think their lanes are fine. And if they know that Roche is going to be top, Roche is going to be bot, they should probably take control of this area with this vision. This allows them to take this vision and also this outpost, which can really hurt Parivison. For Roche, yep, now they don't see anything and they probably have to give up Roche. Are they going to give up Roche? They shouldn't, but they might be forced to do it. They might be forced to give it up. Are they going to smoke? Okay, they're smoking. But there's like problem. If a buyback If buybacks happen, then Parivison is gonna lose. Okay, Roche is up. They have information. Falcon is also smoked. Okay, good initiation on Malrine. What does Satanic do here? He's waiting. So he has like Lotus on him. I can't tell. You guys can't tell because it's just like fucking shitty effect. But it was a good choice not to press Swift Lecture. He's just like waiting. Okay, they baited out spells, but Ammar has refresh. He does not have refresh, actually. He does not have cooldown talent either. Okay. So roll wasted. They're going in. Swift slash this. Swift. Yeah. My jug hero. He's so slow because he doesn't have treads anymore. He's just like running around. He needs a blink. Yeah. He is looking at the blink. He probably has to put Fury down. Okay, now that roll is gone, they can probably go and like... Okay. Swift slash on the Lotus Orb. Ghost Scepter used. Okay. Chilling. They want to like not give this rush. Okay, they're going backwards because they're expecting a smoke. Okay, Dire is poking Roche now. Okay, he blinked on Rune and Spin to see if he gets a double damage, but he didn't get shit. Okay, Roche is still up. Probably gonna go top side because the standoff is for too long. Okay, there's smoke here to cut them off if they're trying to move top, which is smart. But Falcons is one step ahead. Do they want to go on this gyro here? I feel like they can. With Vortex and Hex, can they not? Wait, what? Wait. Could they not kill this guy here? This is interesting, actually. He has Outpost Staff, but he cannot press this on Hex and Vortex. And they have Omni Slash. How do they save him? They have Glimmer and they have Force, right? They have Glimmer, but they have a gem on Phoenix. Is this not worth the risk? I feel like if you do this, and there's no buyback. Oh, he does have buyback on Gyro. Maybe a bit risky, but I feel like they should definitely maybe try this. Seems like it will work. Okay, they're just playing safe. And maybe playing too safe is not that good. Who knows? But obviously, they're much better than I am, so. Okay, he has Lotus on him. It feels like Ogre Shard. Okay, they're doing it now. They're doing it now and it worked. Why not do it here? What's the difference? What is the difference? What is the difference? And I can see one difference, which is that they have ward here, so they don't want to like take the entire fight here with his buyback. That's like one difference. That's probably the difference. And they also see Pango top. So they know they cannot like react fast enough, and they use this vision and like burst the gyro. Is he gonna insta buyback? Probably not. Oh my god. My jug is stuck. No one didn't use... Oh, he did use BKB. He still died. Okay. Satanic has to get out. He has a refresher. He has a refresher. Okay, nice insta refresh into Blade Fury. It might save him. He needs mana. He needs mana. Give him mana. Give him the healing Lotus. Never mind, he gets out because of Oracle ult. Now they can go Roche. Okay, they got Roche. Very cool. They have refresh, cheese, and yo. Okay, Satanic cancels the EP here. He sees Malrine in this vision. So he's here, and then insta switches here, blinks here, and it's like cancels him. Cancels his blink. And now they're just gonna chill and wait for their refreshers and the storm. Game is winnable. We have Split Blink coming. He doesn't really need MKB right now. Why does he not need MKB? I guess it's the only item that he can put down. Refresher cooldown is necessary. He has double damage. Oh boy. Are they gonna do something with this double damage? I'm just thinking, what if this Jug just buys BKB in man fights? But then again, they have so much kite. They have like, there's no nullifier, so it's hard. But then again, he needs all these items, so he can't really fit nullifier in this equation. And I think it was the correct decision from him not to go nullifier in this game. I feel like 99% of Jug players would go nullifier and lose this game. This Kadi made a lot of difference, and this refresher is also going to make a lot of difference. Fifth link is obviously necessary. Okay, double damage is used. Now Falcon is on the back foot. They're trying to dodge them because they have ages. Back to farm. Can't really find them because they're dodging. That's the main thing about this huge ass map, is that it's really easy to dodge the enemy. Like, they're probably all playing bot side, and they can't really go bot side because they don't have vision, and they don't want to like go and just like blindly just like, you know, lose. Okay, Aegis is gone. They have to get out. As you can see here, they know that Aegis is about to go out. Their lanes are fine. Bottom, mid, fine. Top is also fine. So they insta smoke. Why do they smoke? Level these items, and obviously Aegis is gone. So they want to like go and fight them now. They're still strong, of course. Stronger than Radiant. Why? Because of the lead. Now they're waiting. They're also expecting a smoke from them because no one's showing. And also it's like Aegis is down, so it's obvious. Kind of obvious they were smoked. So they just put vision here, just like waiting. Satanic is just waiting. Okay, they start on 9 class. But 9 class gets out. They start on Pango. But Jug might be too far. A Jug gets stunned. Malrine reacts really quickly. No one's BKB is used. He has refresher. They need to get out. They need to get the fuck out. No one doesn't have mana. He needs to TP base and use refresher, and then they fight again. Okay, it's fine. Okay, refresh. Never mind, another roll from Ammar. He also has E-Blade. Jug is cooking Snaking. Snaking is dead from the Omni. So this is where there's another thing, okay? So while this item counters Jug, right? But tier 5, you don't get this. So now none of them have outful staff. So suddenly, Jug can actually do something in this game. Not actually like he has been doing things, but you know, he can be more useful, right? He can just press his Omni Slash and not give a fuck about the outful staff anymore. He's gonna press refresher here. He got Snaking. Snaking's dead. He has Undying. Okay, there. Egg is really nice. Egg is really nice. Refresh. And then this fucking happens. Wait, why would he do that again? Okay, so I remember this. So, guys. The problem with this, the thing is like, this is the second fuck up that I talked about, which is gonna happen. This is where they lose the game. And they didn't really lose the game to the Lotus Orb. It's just the fucking effect. This guy has BKB on. You can't see if he has Lotus on. You don't know if he has Lotus on. So he's like, okay, I pressed my Swift Slash on his Lotus. It's fine. And now he waits. He's still waiting. And now it's like he can't tell whether Lotus is gone or not. And he's just like waiting. And then he's like, okay, maybe the Lotus is off. And now he's like, uses Omni Slash on him and then gets cooked. Think about it for a moment. Okay, let's just say this does not happen on Lotus. He has BKB used. Satanic also used, by the way. If he presses Omni here, who's gonna save this guy? No one's gonna save him. He's literally dead. No one can save him. He's just gonna die here. There's a lot of damage on Jug here. But he gets so fucking unlucky here. I don't know if he choked it, but I honestly feel like he did not choke it. I feel like he just got cooked by Gaben. The effect, this is like this thing. This shit. And you can't even unequip it. And because of this, now my Juggernaut is dead. And my Juggernaut has to buy back, but my Juggernaut does not have anything. So how do you fight when Jug doesn't have anything? And now they're gonna get second side. They're gonna push top. And okay, what's going on here? Okay. So DM goes in, gets abyssaled, does not have buyback, dies. Okay. And now Jug did buyback, but what the fuck is Jug gonna do? What is he gonna do? Nothing. He does not have Refresher. He does not have Omni Slash. Now it's hard. With Falcons actually bailing. Man, these guys this is a bunch of fucking pussies actually. Why are they so scared of Jug? What is he gonna do? Are they not keeping the cooldowns in check? I guess they are. Maybe, or ammar doesn't care. Okay, time for Omni Slash. Okay, you got Swift Slash. 2 heroes dead. Very nice. Omni Slash is up. Brother, use it. No. Okay, oh, that was pretty good. That was really fucking good. But what's the point, right? Entire team's dead. How do you play? And now you lose. So, it's like, it looks like he lost. But in my opinion, if that shit doesn't happen here and Gyro dies, they would probably win the game. Obviously, Gyro has buyback, but at the same time, it's like, then this game goes on for like another 15-20 minutes and anything could happen. Because suddenly you have to give up these Ghost Scepters, you have to give up all this shit. Maybe no one can get a nullifier. Maybe this guy can get a nullifier. Maybe this guy can get a nullifier. Someone can get a nullifier and suddenly Jug can just press Omni Slash and he can fight because the outpool staffs are just gone. But because of that, this game got cooked. But yeah, anyways, the point of the analysis was to showcase that how do you basically farm and come back in a game where the map is locked out? What do you do? How do you function and how do you play the map? Obviously, in pubs it's going to be slightly harder, maybe, or it could be even easier. Harder in the sense that your team's not going to help you that much, and they will also try to leech off the space that is being given on the map. So you will have to be like one step ahead of your team as well and the enemy team. So yeah, that's it from my side. If you guys have any questions, any thoughts, you can let me know.
Can you go back to the Lotus fight, actually?
All right, let's go back. Where was it? Oh, below. Yeah, here. It's like he sees it the first time. I feel like it's just too much chaos, right?
Well, so I think he may have known, possibly, actually. I think he may have omnied to try and stay alive, because like if you look right before he omnis, because you mentioned, you know, like he's holding it, and he's just kind of man fighting the gyro, holding it, and then he gets pretty low. He gets to like a third HP, and then he omnis. So I think he may have just omnied to try and stay alive here, because I think the Sand King is about to, like, the Sand King, I think, burrow strikes here. Right after, like, yeah, see, he burrow strikes under this Omni Slash.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
I think it's possible.
It's
possible he knew that the orb was there, and he just omnied to dodge the Snapfire and Sand King spells, because he was very low.
But then again, it's like, if I feel like if that is the case, it would be better if he knows he has Lotus and he has to just do this to survive. What is gonna happen after? Like, what's the escape plan?
Yeah, exactly. And I think he could have spun too instead, right? But I think the spin doesn't get you out of the gyro right clicks.
Yep,
so
he dies for sure.
So I think maybe the intent was just to survive and maybe hope his team can do something there. Because you're right, there's nothing he can do after the Omni is over, you know, which we see he dies as a result. But
I feel like it would have been better for him to just die and buy back rather than doing this.
Because yeah, right. Because then you still have the cooldown.
Yeah,
so
yeah, for sure. I mean,
but he dodged a missile. He dodged burrow strike there.
Yeah.
So
it is possible. It is definitely possible. Wait, how close was the... Maybe he actually clicked him as well to see how close the Lotus is. Because I would click. Honestly, once that happens, I would click for sure. If I'm Jug, to see it quickly.
Yeah. And I do also think
Yeah.
So he got a little he got a little unlucky too with the way that the reflection bounced. Because if you see when he does the swift slash gets Lotus, your cleave is still going off. He actually, I think he kills Snake King off of the cleave during the swift slash. So you have Sand King and Crit on Snapfire right next to each other when he does the Omni Slash, but they managed to get out of range of the cleave.
That's the first. He's gonna swift slash here, right?
Okay, no, Enchantress is already dead here, I guess,
No.
actually.
Yeah, but it does do cleave
But yeah,
damage.
you can see it cleaved crit there, yeah, several times. So like if the bounces don't go left there at the beginning of that, right? If they go right, he could have cleaved down Snap and Sand King there potentially.
Yeah, I feel like there's a very high chance he did that to survive, but I feel like as good of a player he is, I mean, this decision, I don't think this is a hard decision to make that, okay, if I die, I can buy back and then I can press Omni. I think he should probably he should have thought about that. So maybe, who knows. But I feel like if this was like a Falcon player, he would have definitely thought about it for sure. This is the difference maybe then.
And I did have a question too, because we were talking about itemization, not about this fight, but just itemization. You know, when he bought the Scotty, and you can see here he did actually. So I before he queued this up, even I was going to ask about it. He's got queued Abyssal up here. And I just wonder about, and you mentioned too earlier, right? There was a fight where Ammar got out because he didn't have Basher.
Yeah.
Like he was stuck. So like I think maybe, you know, you mentioned there's nothing he can really replace, but like, is the Manta really that good this game over like Abyssal? Like I know Manta is very good on Jug, right? But there aren't any silences to dispel, and the status resist is helpful out of the Sage as well against this team. So I don't know. I think it may have been better too, because if you can get the jump and Abyssal somebody, it doesn't matter if they have Outworld Staff. It doesn't matter if they have Ghost Scepter. If you just kill them during Abyssal, right? Like jump Abyssal, Swift Slash.
Yeah, I mean it's possible for sure. But they're gonna save with E-Blade. I feel like if he buys it right now, then there's like E-Blades. But if he buys it early, then probably not.
Earlier though, is what I was meaning. Like kind of maybe instead of the Scotty, because it does still give you some. Right, it doesn't give you as much HP as Scotty, but it gives you the status resist. It gives you some HP.
Abyssal is more gold though, no? Yeah, it is a lot. Wait, actually, no.
Oh yeah, sure. Then it's a few hundred more.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, he could buy Basher late, but based off of this, like, basically, what do you call it? What's the word? Progression. He can't get it. Like, he needs Scotty to live, which did save him. Like, if he had Abyssal, he would be dead because it's more stats here, like 9 more stats. Wait, is this all only attributes? Okay, yeah. So 9 more stats here. He actually lives because of that. With Abyssal, he would have been dead. And then it's like after that, he's like, okay, if this guy doesn't have Butterfly, maybe he goes Nullifier or Abyssal, but then he has to get MKB. And then he's like, okay, my hero's really fucking slow. I'm gonna send this and get my Swift Link, which was good. He gets Refresher, which is also very good. Then he gets Blink. And now he's thinking about Abyssal, but the game ends. He did put Manta down eventually. Like at this point, yes, Manta is he should like put Manta down, but here he can't do that. Here it's not viable. Or even at this point. He has slots, so he can't really put this down, and he also needs other items. Abyssal can only be good at this point, not after... I mean, not after they have E-Blades, then it's not that good. Which is like super late. I don't really think he can do anything else with his itemization here. Did what he could. Maybe an early BKB. I feel like an early BKB... Like at this point, before this fight, he has a lot of gold, right? What if he sells this and buys BKB and has refresher and just like fights? Doesn't he win versus Gyro? I think he does win, no? Because of Blade Lifesteal? He has double BKB and Omni. He doesn't have. Does he have mana? He does have mana. Skadi also helps with the mana, so can't really replace it with Abyssal. That's probably why he didn't do it. I think the only thing that could make a difference here is probably the BKB at this point. Not even Abyssal. BKB instead of Manta would be pretty nice. But yeah, you raised a pretty good point about him trying to save himself. I think it was probably save himself, but I think in this case he should have just died and bought back and then came back in, just killed them and then forced their buybacks. That would have been the ideal situation. Now that he dies and then he has to buy back anyway, he doesn't have ult. It's sad. Also, I want to see one more thing, which, like, how close was it? So Burrow is on cooldown right now. It's about to be off. Oh wait, he actually did not have any time. He had to do it. I think Lotus was like off very soon, but the Burrow. Like here. So Lotus is almost off. Nah. He's very close. He spins and runs, I think he'll just die. Can't run. 40% or 40 extra? Okay, it's just 40 extra. He would probably die. Yeah. If he did that because he wanted to live, I feel like if he does an Omni there, he dies. And if he did that to live, then... If he did that to live, then it was the wrong decision.